Hello, y'all. I'm so sorry, Lord Jesus. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. I hope y'all hit me right as it was time for me to say, hey, okay, because it is 2 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night / Monday morning. Y'all will be getting this probably around 3 p.m. because I have a 9 a.m. Release for Mel's live that she did about Love and Marriage Huntsville. So yeah, y'all can get this Monday. Yeah, probably around 3 p.m. Okay, but anyway, it's 2 a.m. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Okay. Yes, I know this is late. I told y'all I'm going to do reviews of certain shows and I want to get them done. And I just have to take time because so many shows come on Friday. Now I've got Friday stuff, Saturday and Sunday. Okay. So Raise Your Love, season 7, episode 1 there in Miami this year or this season. Okay. So we're going to discuss. Now, this first episode is really like, let's meet the people. And what is your first impressions of the people? So that's what we will be doing today. Okay, now do not forget to do a couple of things for me. To subscribe to my channel, to become a whole JayBird, dot. Okay, do not forget to also like the video. Okay, like the video. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, also on Twitter. And y'all know to comment in the comment section because it's the thing to do. Now, because it's 2 a.m. in the morning, I'm not going to be on camera. I mean, I'm here. Hey, bye. Okay, because I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. Okay, I'm gonna just show y'all the stuff that we need to discuss. But y'all know, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the comment section, and follow me on social media. Okay, at Jenny's Corner. Anyway, this season, the first new thing is it's only 16 people. The show used to have 20 singles, 10 men, 10 women. Last season they was like adding people in as the show progressed the first couple weeks. I don't know why they trying to not break. I don't know why they're trying to fix what's not broken. Add 20 people, have 10 men, have 10 women, and instead of having two people go home the first night and y'all then add in people later. No, don't send nobody home for 3 weeks. That's when okay, give it 3 weeks of the season, of the episodes or whatever. Then send 4 people home. Don't send 2 people home the first week. Send 4 people home in 3 weeks. Let the folk get to know each other. How are y'all trying to help people find love if you sending folks home on the first day? It don't make no sense. Okay. Now, this season again is 16 folks, 8 men, 8 women in Miami, trying to are they ready for love, lust? Are they ready to play? Or are they here for camera time? We always have to figure these things out every season. Now, for some reason, they brought on Rashid and Simone, who are from the season of Last Resort from back in 2020, that they tend to want to act like it never happened, okay? They always skip that season, and I don't know why. I'm like, I don't think nothing bad really happened that season. I don't think it did, but for some reason, like that season isn't really discussed that much. But I'm like, it happened. I said before, they need to do that again, where they have all the contestants, okay, who are looking for love, kind of, what I'm saying, there all together. It makes for more content. I don't know why they have not done another season where all the people on the show are somewhere on an island, in a resort, in a building together for a couple weeks. Okay, sequester, it can be a jury. Sequester them like a jury. Anyway, Simone and Rashid. Simone was put off the season. Like she was sent home. She wasn't ready to love at the time. Her and Rashid got together after the show stopped airing. Okay, but now they're a whole couple of whatever. They have been dating for a year and a half, but they have been exclusively dating together for a year, meaning for about good 6 months they was dating other people. Okay, they cut off everybody else for the past year, and it's just been them two together. Uno and dos. Okay. Now I feel like we didn't really need to bring them back, but I got the premise of, hey, let's bring back two people from a prior season who found love within the show, because we have to remember too, everybody don't find love while filming the show. Some of them find love when they leave it. They find love when they connect with somebody else who wasn't on the show no more. Now Rashid and Simone dated a little bit on the show. They had like a date or two, and then they sent their ass home. Okay. Anyway, so I got the point was, hey, let's show the newbies that you can really come here and find love if you put in the work, if you're open to it, and if you are really ready to love. So I got that part, but I still feel like let's not have to bring in old people to. We ain't got time for that, okay? Just no. But I get they only brought them. I feel like, oh, so y'all did this just so that Rashid could propose to Simone. Brought them back for episode one to sit and talk to the cast. Hey, they have any questions for us? It was cute. I just felt like, okay, y'all did this because he was going to promote, was going to girl, fix your words, going to propose to Simone. Now it was really, really cute. It was a beautiful moment. She was so shocked, instantly crying, and fell to her knees. She said yes, it was a beautiful ring. It's cute. Okay. I don't know if any other couple from the series are engaged or married. I don't know. But Tommy said the first Rachel Love engagement. Now I don't know if he meant that because it's the first time somebody on the show itself was engaged. Like no one ever filming a season of Rachel Love. I'm thinking of that because I feel like I heard at least one other couple before was like together, but I don't know. But congrats to Rashid and Simone. I felt like, making this season the big moment on episode one being about two former people, I guess so. Whatever. But it was a beautiful this magic moment. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, congrats to the couple. Okay, let's get into the people this season. Okay, now again we have 16 folks. Let's get into. First up, we have Corvea, who's 31. We have Natasha, who's 37. We have Z, who's 34, and then Morgan, who was 38. Now, because I did not take many notes because the episode was kind of boring. I mean, people were chit chatting a little bit. I'll get into the one big thing that happened later on. Um, Corvea, strong willed, ain't gonna hold her tongue. She knows she won't. Natasha was a little bit boring to me for some reason. And she's an attorney, so sometimes I'm like, man, it ain't court. Z seemed like she wants to be there, but does she know what she wants? Morgan giving sex pot. Okay, Morgan was giving sex pot in my opinion. Okay, now we also had Marcia, Mercedes, Suan, and Jeffrey. Okay, 34, 31, 39, and 32. Now, as we see, all the women are in their 30s, ranging from 31 all the way up to 39. Okay, those are great ages. Now, Marcia, girl, I feel bad for Marcia. I post about Marcia on my Instagram because I feel like I need people when us the people of the black delegation are on these TV shows, I need us to be sure the lace is always laid. And I felt like who was in this confessional with her, and no one said, girl, your lace is lifted. Like no one said, girl, it look a little bit dry. I felt like y'all gonna let her sit here and film this confessional. And no one asked her, do she feel a breeze on her forehead? There was no one around. I know this show has to have a black crew. It can't be full of white people or any other kind of race. It was a not now black person who saw her and said, Marcia, ma'am, you want to go to the bathroom real quick and check on your forehead? You don't feel no breeze? Well, your wig is lit. I want us to normalize making sure that we know, hey, you're going to look dumb on camera. Your wig, you know, did you reuse it? It looked like you reused it. And I'm not trying to be mean or cap on her. I'm like, she just didn't know. And no one told her. Someone should have said something. Because the whole every time she popped on my screen, I got distracted. I'm like, her wig is lifting on camera, and I don't like it because it looks a little bit dirty and dingy. Because no one said, "Ma'am, fix it." So Marcia, I was like, "Girl, whoever did your hair," and I know they in Miami, it get really, really hot or whatever. And I know sometimes they film these confessionals right when they're, shooting scenes or whatever. And I'm like, maybe it was so hot her forehead was sweating, which made the wig lift up. Okay, and that is what it was. But I'm like, again, I need us, the black delegation, to be like Mercedes. When you know you're gonna be out somewhere in the heat, get some braids. Braids don't lift. Braids, and I know some women may not be able to get braids if they have soft edges or whatever the case may be. But I was like, because even with Natasha, by the end of the night, her hair looked a mess because the humidity, the outside, it was also raining, but she put her hair back in a ponytail. I don't know who did not tell Marcia her lace was lifting in the thing. I'm like, again, someone mentioned it to my girl. Okay. Anyway, Mercedes was 31. I love her braids. I did. Suan, who's 39. I can't remember much about Suan except she liked the men. I remember that, okay? And then Jeffrey, who kind of gives off sex pot a little bit. Jeffrey also has 3 children. I'm like, wow. And she said, you probably would know. I looked at me. I did not think she had the 3 children. I did not. So out of the 8 women that we have here, again, I feel like they're going to add in 2 more women and 2 more men as the season progresses. They don't have to. That's dumb, but whatever. These are the initial 16. Out of the women, I feel like Corvea is going to be a firecracker this year, and by firecracker, I just mean someone who's going to be around for minutes. Okay, I think Morgan, who's giving sex pot, girl, whatever. I think that Jeffrey may be a bit messy, just a tad bit, and I feel I got the best feeling from Mercedes. She just felt free. No, carefree and fun. Okay, now on to the men. The 8 men we have so far. We have Anthony, who's 39. We have Andre, who is also 39. We have Blake, who was 44. We have Lyndon, who was 33. Out of these 4 men, I was like, first of all, um, Anthony looked different on the show than he did in this picture. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying he looked different. Andre voice and his characteristics and his antics surprised me because it's a bit of a goofball. And his voice is a bit of a clown voice, meaning it can make me laugh in a good and in a bad way or whatever. But I also felt like, that little S curl he have in the front, the little Superman curl, you don't need it. Okay, we do you do not need a S curl bang on your forehead. Okay, sir, cut it. Cut the S curl thing off in the front of your head. Take that bow tie off. Okay, while you wearing suspenders. Are you Poindexter? I'm leave that be. He wasn't too bad, but I'm still like, I don't know. Now Blake, who was 44, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. He red flags dropping left and right. He's 44. He has three children, 9, 14, and 22. He also has three baby mamas because, as he said, he had each of his kids at different times in life. Well, I think so because 22, 14, and 9 is literally like 10 years apart, sir. Well, 22-year-old and a 14-year-old is what, an 8-year difference? Yes, 8-year difference. And the 22-year-old and a 9-year-old is too many years difference. 13 damn years. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, again, I ain't saying it's horrible for him to have three baby mamas when he had kids so many years apart. But whatever. Okay. He is a red flag to me. He's handsome, but I can see why he's single. Okay, and then we have Lyndon. Lyndon, who was 33, and I think he's from like Kingston, Jamaica. He has a good little accent, okay, but he has a roommate. I don't think anyone should be on the show looking for love with a roommate. A roommate? So I can't come to your house and have sex with you because you have a roommate. I'm not having sex with anybody who has a roommate. I get if you have kids who live there because they can't go nowhere. Okay, we're gonna have sex with the kid there, but they'll be asleep. I'm saying I don't want to be in no one's house having sex with them when they have a whole roommate in the other room. It's weird. He seemed nice, but again, a roommate, and I think he was one of the youngest guys there. Now the other four, well, he no, that he 30. Let me see. Yeah, Lennon is the youngest. He's 33. Now we then had Andre, who's 39, Blue, who's 40, Demario, who's 37, and then Tony, who was 42. The minute I seen Andre, I say, okay, he's tiny, he's little. I did not think he was 39 because he just looks younger. He just, and there's no fault of his own. It's God gave him. But I was like, I wonder how they're going to take him seriously if they maybe feel like he's somebody's baby. Oh, who's it? The itty bitty baby. Okay. Now, Blue, who was 40, Blue also surprisingly struck me as someone. I'm like, oh, I like you a little bit. Now I want to get deeper into who he is because he owns, I think, a hookah lounge or whatever. But again, I was like, he was a bit intriguing to me. Now, who in Blues for you? Demario, who's 37. I don't like how he's dressed. I don't like. I feel like the jacket, the shirt, and the pants don't go together. Maybe he colorblind and he don't know, but something about it just did not look like the suit jacket looked like it's a bit too tight. The shirt don't look like it go with a suit jacket, and I think it's those corduroy pants. And Demario, it must have been very hot because Demario kept sweating, but he also could have just been drinking a lot, and you drink a lot, you sweat or whatever. I don't know. I could say this in Miami. I did not get a good vibe from him. Even though I like that he was open about, how he's very, he wants to be very family oriented or whatever. His sister passed away, I think from cancer, I think he said. His parents were never together. So he had like this, not, and I don't want to say a side story, but he had all these like these series of unfortunate events in his life, which, is something separate, but something about him I got just like, you might not be ready. Tony, but I may be wrong. I may be wrong. I always feel like maybe he remind me of my ex because when I see men sitting around drinking and sweating, I just see alcoholic. And because he was so kind of laid back with his conversation, I was like, is he just drinking too much? Is he just enjoying the festivities? I'm not sure. I want to keep my eye on Demario, who's 37. Lastly, we have Tony, who's 42. Based on the preview for the season, Tony is an alpha male who needs Jesus. Because when I see him fussing with another guy about how much he was kissing on or messing around with one of the ladies, on the show, I was like, you bragging about how much you kissing on some girl. Why? Do y'all not know this show was about everybody dating everybody? So what is you doing? I think he was fussing. It was between Tony and Lyndon, if I'm not mistaken. And now I just did not like the toxicness that was coming out of. I was like, Tony, calm down, bro. Calm down, bro. Don't do it to yourself. So those again are the women and the men of this season. I know for a fact they're going to have to add more people because I feel like we already know that we're getting rid of two people at the end of this episode, one man and one woman. And the show can't survive if it's only 7 men and 7 women. They're going to add more people, or they're going to have to not eliminate more people too quickly. Now, again, the episode was them at a little mixer, at a little mansion. Okay, they're all dressed one way or the other. Let's address how they're dressed. Now, I feel the men were too laid back in their attire. I did not like it. I did not understand. Dude, what's dude name? Let's see. Anthony right there, Anthony with the beard. So seeing Anthony over here, okay, I'm like, why your shoes look like they from the Western time? I was confused. We have Blue, who's in our blue in the corner. I'm like, sir, jeans and gym shoes. Anyway, the other side of the pool. I also feel like, what's the little short dude? What's little short dude name? Where's he at? I got you. Andre. You see, little Andre. Okay, little Andre. I feel like Andre. Are you in sneakers? Are you on sneakers? Why are you on sneakers? I don't like it. Now, Andre, who's 39 with the S curl, okay, he round here. I like his tie. I like this all white with the lilac jacket. Okay, we see Tony right there with a tight ass purple shirt. We see what's her name with the wig? What's her name? No, Marcia with the lifted wig. Okay, we see Marcia over there in the pink dress, the hot pink dress, in a different wig that the lace was not lifted. Okay, it was not lifted. And then my homegirl with the braids, who damn I don't know, what's my braided sister name? Mercedes, okay? Mercedes around here looking good too. Okay, her heels, her dress. Anyway, but again, they round here, and the rest of the episode is them just sitting around shitting and chatting again. We see Orwell right here with a drink, and he was sweating. Demario. Trying to learn name. Demario sweating, chitting, chatting with old girl. I don't know which old girl. Who was that? Who was her name? Right? These they all Corvea. So again, that is Demario and Corvea sitting around chitting, chatting, and I was like, I don't know how I was supposed to go. Okay, it's weird. Anyway, I want to get to this little conversation or whatever where we found out that Lyndon again has roommates, and Corvea was like, I would not want to date anybody who has roommates. Like I just don't want. Like at this age of my life, I don't want it. And when she said it's giving broke, I said, girl, that's giving broke. But I mean, maybe not broke, but again, he's only 33, which is not young. It's not young. But sometime at 33, you're still trying to establish yourself. And maybe that's what it is. But again, I was like, I don't know about it. No, ma'am. Now, even we see little Andre, okay? Again, you see, he looked like a kid sitting there with a grown woman because his body's just small. And no one, in my opinion, was had like a sexual attraction to him, but I really feel like it's because of his body type. Some women want a strong, thick man to protect us, okay? And some people like, oh, he's small. I don't want to talk. I don't find that attractive. And so the moment I saw him, I said, they not gonna take Andre serious. And I'm like, but that's not fair. Now Blue, who up there in jeans and gym shoes, girl, I'm not on all that Blue. I think because he has gorgeous eyes, I think that's what's saving him. And I like his voice. I like his voice. Now we've seen what's their names? I need to get a name together. What's her name? That's not Jeffrey. Is that Corvea? No, that is Jeffrey. That is Jeffrey. So that is Jeffrey and curly haired Andre. Okay, so boom. Jeffrey and curly haired Andre, they were talking, and that's when we found out that she had, 3 children. They were kind of vibing. Okay. And he like, oh, you looking for a king. I'm looking like Andre, go sit down some But again, they had a little vibe. But again, it's first day, episode 1. We meeting people. That's it. That's it. Now there becomes a conversation between Corvea and Blake. So you see Corvea right there. Corvea, who's 31, beautiful young woman. And you see Blake, handsome man, who's 44. And throughout the episode, Blake, who we know has 3 children, said already he don't want more kids. Okay, I don't want more kids. I have 3 kids already, 9, 14, 22. I have 3 baby mamas, saying? I am 87% sure I do not want more kids because I don't want to get older and we have to think about retirement and think about changing diapers. Because again, Corvée is 31 and she wants children. And Blake is 44 with 3 kids. He does not really want any more kids. And in this, this general conversation or whatever, Blake says they were talking about, co-parenting, being a single mom, and if how kids can be raised, and the father's not being around. And Blake said he believed kids who are not raised with both parents are broken kids because a mother can be a great mom. She can be you can be a great mother. But if the dad isn't there, the kid will be broken. I was like, this Negro here. I said, but sir, are you and I I know he gonna probably have to elaborate on that shit during interview times or whatever, because it's the difference between saying something like, if a dude and the girl get together and the dude just, he just disappeared. He ain't around at all. The kid will have some kind of suffering in their life at one point or the other. Just not having a father figure. Okay, that does not mean the kid gonna be broken. Daddy ain't here. I am broken. What have I? No, no, no. Because, sir, you have 3 kids by 3 women. So at some point in time, you are not actively in their life every damn day. And I get that may not mean that he's an athlete father. He can be a great, amazing father to the 3 women and their 3 children separately. But to try to make it seem as if a woman cannot successfully raise a kid who isn't broken just because the father isn't there. Now, do we know that some kids whose father isn't there do be broken? Yes, but he said it as if that's just what it is. that it's impossible for women to raise children on their own. And the kids. And I was like, nigga, what? So he made me mad in his just stupid. This is the way he made it black and white. And Corvette was like, okay, all right, red flag, and and she was like, okay, he's a no. And I agree. One, you don't want kids, but I do. And two, how dare you try to make it seem as if single moms can't raise happy kids? As if women have not been having to raise kids on their damn own forever, and not all of those children will is running around here as broken people. The fuck? Anyway, so he made me mad. He did. Now we do see Tommy talking to both the men and the women about, hey, who do you like? Who don't you like? It don't really matter because again, guess what it is? It's date one. Now, for the most part, the men said they liked um Mercedes and Jeffrey was the most thing that people said. Somebody also said Sue Ann. They did not like Z, saying they couldn't feel like she knew what she wanted. You know what I'm saying? I think she just didn't make a great impression. And then Blake, of course, said Corvea. Well, she's a bit too spicy for me. I'm like, shut up, Blake. Shut up. Okay. And then he also said he did not like Natasha because him and Natasha had like a little conversation, talking or whatever. And he said, talking to Natasha was like talking to a stranger in a park. I said, but sir, y'all, she was a stranger and y'all was talking in the garden. So that's okay, whatever. I just did not like how you made it seem like she was a incomplete individual because they didn't connect. And it was like talking to a stranger. Y'all are all strangers. So I didn't like how he kind of said that, okay? But whatever. Now, two of the guys also said Natasha. So it wasn't just Blake. He said it too based on their conversation, okay? But when Natasha said to him how they were talking and she said something about what she don't like in men. He's like, oh, do you say that all the time to people? She's like, no, I don't even know. I don't even know why I said that. She seemed nervous. Like she might not date that often. And so having to date and talk to all these men at once made her nervous because it is a daunting task if you're used to dating like one guy at a time. When you have 8 dudes here, it can be a bit much. It can be a bit much. Now, so again, I'm like, I already knew the bottom two was gonna be Z and Natasha. Now, the guys talk. I'm sorry, no, the ladies talk, and they don't like what they did like Tony, who was Anthony. No, Tony is 42. So Tony, DeMario, and Andre, 39-year-old Andre. There's 2 Andres. So that's who they did like. They did not like Lyndon, who had a roommate. Short Andre, because he's short. And then, of course, Blake, because Blake don't want kids. So that was the gist of what it was. Okay. Now we had the bottom 4. Okay, which was Blake, Little Man Andre, Natasha, and Z. And when it was between these 4, I knew already what was going on. I said they're gonna send home Little Andre, and they're gonna send home Natasha, and they did. But as I told her earlier, Natasha here was also, sweated out. And so she had to pull it up in the point. Again, when you out here in these hot ass streets of Miami, know how your hair works in humidity. Please. Because if you do not know how your hair works in the heat, in the sun, when your forehead sweat, or when your hair just, because by the end of the evening, Natasha's hair was curly in a ponytail. But we know that for some reason we had my girl Mercedes in the confessional in a bad wig that was lifted. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so upset because this is her right here in the outfit and the wig. and she round here with it lifting. And I'm like, why did nobody tell her about it? Anyway, uh, Andre and Natasha's going home, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, that was all it was for this episode. So look, um, again, I feel like the twists and turns are going to be them adding, two more women and two more men over the past 2 weeks, and then that'll be the whole cast. That'll be it. Because I feel like the season can't be just these remaining 14 people. It can't be. It don't make no sense. No. Okay. So, who do I think out of who we have now will make it to the end? I do think Morgan will, because Morgan seems to be a little bit of a little bit of a diva, and not diva in a bad way, diva in a good way, but a little flirtatious. Okay. So I think it will be Morgan, Mercedes, and Jeffrey. I think Suwan will be a close in this as well. But again, I don't know who else gonna come on here. As far as the men, Lyndon, Anthony, Blue, and Tony. But again, they're gonna add more people eventually. Okay, but anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm not doing this show live because I don't feel like y'all gonna watch it. Now, when Love and Marriage DC starts up, I'm gonna do Ready to Love and Marriage DC together on Sunday afternoons, because at that point in time, Love and Marriage Huntsville will be over because the reunion will get one more part. So yeah, once Love and Marriage DC come back in like 2 weeks, I'll be doing Love and Marriage DC and Ready to Love reviews together live on Sunday afternoons. Okay, so I hope you all enjoy. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to like the video. Do not forget to follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG and Twitter. Okay, I love you all. Be safe. I'll be live tonight between 9 and 9:30 p.m. to review of the Housewives of Potomac. I'm pretty sure by now you should already watched my premiere for Males Live from yesterday. Well, today, but for y'all it's Monday. And then again, this should be up at around 3. And always check my channel because it's all kind of content on my channel. And y'all know I got to chat. We'll do a gossip chat on Tuesday. So I hope you enjoyed. Talk to y'all later. I gotta go. I love you. Peace.